Your phone vibrates on the desk, the screen lights up, and your stomach drops. It happens even when the caller ID shows a close friend or a family member. Your body reacts with an immediate physical sense of dread. You watch the ringing screen, waiting for the exact second it rolls over to voicemail, rude, or clinical phone anxiety. This physical dread is a physiological reaction to the format of the communication, rather than a psychological disorder or a fear of the person calling. This reaction points to a specific processing style called asynchronous intelligence. It describes a brain wired for deep, uninterrupted analysis rather than rapid-fire, real-time reactions. The discomfort of a ringing phone marks the friction between a specialized neurological feature and a world that demands instant answers. Phone calls require synchronous communication. The moment you pick up, the format demands an instant response, which forces the brain into a shallow, automatic state. These paths illustrate cognitive speed. Highly intelligent minds rely on System 2 dominance, a psychological state requiring a pause to reflect before concluding. Texting and emailing support this gap, utilizing metacognition to monitor, analyze, and refine words until they match internal logic. An unexpected phone call bypasses this natural cognitive inhibition. It abruptly pulls the brain out of its deep processing state and forces it to operate without its primary tools. This loss of control leads to the common symptoms of phone dread: stumbling over words, offering incomplete thoughts, or blindly agreeing to unwanted demands. The frustration isn't with the conversation itself. It is a reaction to being robbed of the mental gap required to communicate with precision. Every human brain possesses a limited daily budget of cognitive bandwidth. Mental energy is a finite economic resource. For those with asynchronous processing, conversations carry a high price due to high social sensitivity. This is a trait where the nervous system processes social stimuli more deeply, requiring more energy to filter and interpret interactions. Listening to a live voice triggers a massive computational load. The brain decodes the literal words while running background simulations to analyze micropauses, vocal tone shifts, and underlying emotional states. But asynchronous text completely removes this invisible data. It provides a single digestible stream of direct information that requires far less processing power. An unexpected phone call represents an unpredictable withdrawal from the mental energy bank. It offers no information regarding its duration or its eventual emotional cost. Letting a call go to voicemail serves as a defense mechanism. It allows the individual to control their cognitive load and prevent social burnout. Phone calls are often defined by a rigid structure of small talk, mandatory pleasantries, and the effort to fill awkward silences. This surface-level chatter understimulates an analytical mind. It creates a sense of mental exhaustion by providing no significant depth or meaning to process. This friction relates to an internal locus of control, a psychological profile where an individual values maintaining authority over their own environment and time. A ringing phone acts as an external command to drop everything and surrender attention immediately. For deep thinkers, this external demand feels like a jarring restriction of their personal freedom. A preference for text communication maintains sovereignty over your time and focus. It ensures you engage only when you have the energy to contribute meaningfully. When your phone rings on the desk and that familiar dread returns, look at it through this psychological framework. Choosing voicemail constitutes an act of neurological self-regulation. Modern culture often mistakes immediate speed for true competence. It values the fast answer over the right answer. Your aversion to phone calls functions as a bodyguard for your intellect. It protects your capacity for depth and careful calculation. Embrace your cognitive strengths and recognize that your need for space is a requirement for your best work. If you value understanding the mechanics of your own mind, subscribe for more. Remember that the most deliberate communication